Wow, can you believe Jason Helms at Any Man Fitness? An hour of weights plus an hour of walking on treadmill burns 400 calories tops. Drink a smoothie after you work out and you just ate back all the calories you burned. See why you need to mind your diet? So let's play the should we put this in the bank, save it, bookmark it, or throw it in the trash, flush it down the toilet. If you like these type of videos, I have a ton more on my channel. Go check them out. You can self-improve yourself, figure out what you're doing wrong, what you need to improve. Lots of tweets in here that can really help your life. Alright, back to the video. Now, before we get emotional, before we defend our workouts, before we call this negative, let's do something smarter. Let's agree with what gets right, because it actually gets a lot right. First, yes, diet matters more than people think. Most people treat workouts like the main event. They think sweat equals results. They think if they suffer enough in the gym, the body will change no matter what they eat. But your body doesn't work like that. Fat loss happens when you're in a calorie deficit over time. Muscle growth happens when you eat enough protein and recover properly. Food controls the outcome more than the workout controls the outcome. Training is the signal, food is the material. If you ignore your diet, you're basically trying to build a house without bricks. Second, yes, you can eat back your calories easily. This is where people get humbled. 400 calories sounds like a lot when you're sweating for 2 hours, but 400 calories in food, that disappears fast. A large smoothie with fruit, peanut butter, protein powder, and almond milk can hit 600 to 800 calories without trying. A handful of nuts, 200 calories. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, 190. 1 healthy acai bowl, 700 plus. The problem isn't that you worked out. The problem is that food is dense and easy to consume quickly. You can burn calories slowly and eat them back in 5 minutes. Third, yes, liquid calories are sneaky. Liquids don't fill you up the same way solid food does. When you chew food, your body regulates fullness better. When you drink calories, especially sweet ones, it's easy to go overboard. Smoothies feel healthy, and they can be, but they can also turn into desserts in a cup. Juice, flavored coffee, sports drinks, they slide into your day without triggering the same I'm full signal. You don't feel like you overate, but you did. That's why people will say, I barely eat, but they forget about the drinks. Fourth, yes, people overestimate how much they burn. Fitness trackers are not perfect. Machines round up. Your body adapts. The longer you diet, the more efficient your body becomes. That means you might burn less than you think doing the same workout. Also, most people mentally reward themselves after training. I worked hard. I deserve this. That thought also can erase your progress. The workout feels like a huge win, so you loosen up the rest of the day. Extra snacks, bigger portions, less movement later. You burned 400, but the shit you ate after added 600. That's not a metabolism issue, that's human psychology. Fifth, yes, consistency matters more than one workout. One hard session does almost nothing by itself. Fat loss and muscle gain are slow processes. They respond to repeated signals over weeks and months. You can't crush one day and expect visible change. You can't eat perfectly one day and undo weeks of habits. The body responds to patterns. That's why someone who lifts 4 times a week, walks daily, and eats reasonably well for 6 months will look completely different than someone who goes extreme for 2 weeks and quits. Consistency beats intensity. Here's something most people don't talk about enough. Burning calories is not the main benefit of lifting weights. Building muscle changes your body composition. Muscle makes you look leaner even at the same weight. Muscle slightly increases your resting metabolism. Muscle improves insulin sensitivity, which helps your body use carbs better instead of storing them as fat. Walking also does more than burn calories. It lowers stress, improves digestion, it helps recovery, it keeps your daily movement high without draining you. So the tweet is right about diet, but if someone reads it and thinks workouts don't matter, that would be the wrong lessons. Workouts don't matter, that would be the wrong lesson. The smarter lesson is this: don't use exercise to outrun calories. Careless eating, use exercise to build your body. Use diet to control your body fat. They work together. Another thing people miss, hunger increases after hard workouts for some people. If you don't plan your meals, you'll eat whatever is around. That's not weakness, that's just how you were raised or the way they treated yourself so far. Your body wants to replace energy. So instead of blaming smoothies, plan smarter ones. Add protein, control portions, measure ingredients once so you understand the calories. Make your post-workout meal support your goals instead of canceling it. Fitness isn't a punishment system, it's a structured system. When you understand how calories work, how food density works, and how habits stack, you stop feeling confused. You stop thinking, I work so hard, but nothing changes. And you'll start thinking, okay, I see where the leak is. And usually the leak isn't effort, it's awareness. So yes, mind your diet. Yes, don't assume workouts give you unlimited freedom. Yes, liquid calories count. Yes, consistency is king. But also understand this: the gym builds the engine, the kitchen controls the fuel. You need both if you you want real results, not extremes. Alright, let's go even deeper. The tweet says 2 hours of lifting and walking only burns 400 calories. Then you drink a smoothie and boom, progress gone. That sounds smart, it sounds logical, but it's also surface level. Here's what it misses. First, 400 calories is not nothing. People hear the number and think, that's pointless. But 400 calories per day adds up. If you create a 400 calorie deficit daily for a week, that's 2,800 calories. That's almost a full pound of fat. Over a month, that's serious change. The problem is we keep looking at fitness day by day as if it's going to change really quickly. We don't look at it over 30, 60, 90 days. 400 calories once doesn't seem impressive. 400 calories consistently absolutely is. Also, burning 400 calories from movement is difficult than cutting 400 calories from food. Movement improves your cardiovascular system. It strengthens joints. It improves work capacity. It builds resilience. Food restrictions alone don't give you those benefits. So no, 400 calories is not nothing. It's just not magic. Second, muscle building isn't just about burning calories. This is where fitness Twitter oversimplifies everything. Lifting weights is not mainly a calorie burning tool. It's a muscle building tool. When you lift, you send a signal to your body. Keep this muscle, build more of it. Muscle changes how you look. It changes how clothes fit. It changes your shape. You could lose 0 pounds on the scale, but look completely different because your body fat percentage dropped and your muscle increased. Here's something people forget. Muscle tissue is active tissue. It requires energy to maintain. The more muscle you carry, the more calories your body burns at rest compared to having less muscle. Is it thousands of calories? No. But over time, it matters. If you only think about calories burned during the workout, you're missing the adaptation that happens after. Third, walking helps recovery and stress. Walking isn't just about burning calories. It improves blood flow. It helps your muscles recover faster. It lowers cortisol, which is your stress hormone. When stress stays high, fat loss gets harder. Sleep gets worse, cravings increase, recovery slows down. Walking daily helps regulate your nervous system. It helps your head. It keeps you active without draining you. That's powerful, especially long term. Most people are not overweight because they don't do intense cardio. They're overweight because they sit all day and move very little outside of workouts. Daily walks raises your baseline activity without making you exhausted. That's strategic, not pointless. Fourth, exercise improves hormones and mood. When you train, your body releases endorphins. You feel better. Dopamine increases. You feel motivated. Testosterone can improve with resistance training. Insulin sensitivity improves, meaning your body handles carbs better. When your hormones are balanced, fat loss and muscle gain becomes easier. When your mood improves, you make better food choices. You're less likely to stress eat. You're less likely to skip workouts. You're more likely to stay consistent. This is where the just mind your diet advice falls short. Dieting without movement often makes people feel low energy, irritated, and just feel bad. Training supports mental strength. It builds discipline. It builds identity. It builds who you are. You don't burn calories. You become someone who trains. That shift matters. Fifth, long-term metabolism adapts from lifting. This is something most quick tweets never explain. When you diet aggressively and don't lift, your body adapts by slowing down. You lose muscle along with fat. Your resting metabolism drops more than expected. You become smaller but also softer. When you lift while dieting, you protect muscle. Sometimes you even gain it if you're newer to training. That keeps your metabolism healthier long term. Over months and years, someone who's consistently lifts builds a higher metabolic ceiling than someone who only focuses on cutting calories. They can eat more while maintaining their physique. That doesn't happen from one workout. It happens from years of progressive overload, protein intake, recovery, and patience. Here's another layer most people miss. Your body adapts upwards too. As you gain muscle and improve conditioning, you can train harder. You can handle more volume. You can recover faster. Your work capacity increases. That allows you to burn more calories naturally without feeling like you're dying. Fitness isn't static. Your body responds to what you repeatedly demand of it. So when someone says it only burns 400 calories, they're measuring the smallest piece of the puzzle. They're measuring output in one window of time. That's not measuring adaptation. They're not measuring hormonal shifts. They're not measuring improved insulin response. They're not measuring mental strength. They're not measuring the compound effect of daily movement. Yes, diet matters. Yes, you can eat back your calories, but workouts are not just math problems. They're signals that tell your body what to become. If you only treat training like a calorie calculator, you'll also feel disappointed. If you treat it like body construction, the perspective changes. 400 calories might not impress Twitter, but building muscle, improving mood, lowering stress, raising work capacity, and strengthening your metabolism over years, that's not nothing. That's how you build a body that lasts. Let me really put this in your brain. This tweet makes it sound like fitness is simple math. Burn 400 calories, drink 400 calories, back to zero. Case closed. But real life doesn't work that clean. Fitness isn't just a math equation. It's it's behavior. Yes, calories matter. Yes, energy balance is real. But the reason most people struggle isn't because they can't subtract numbers. It's because their daily behaviors don't match their goals. You don't gain weight because of one smoothie. You gain weight because of patterns. You don't get lean because of one long workout. You get lean because of repeated choices. That's the biggest lesson. When people argue about calories burned versus calories eaten, they're usually avoiding the real issue: discipline and awareness. Here's something most people underestimate: food, not workouts. Most people actually train harder than they think. They sweat, they push, they show up. The problem happens after. Portions creep up, weekends get loose, liquid calories slide in, bites, licks, and taste don't get counted. Stress eating becomes normal. Late night snacks feel small but add up. It's rarely the treadmill that's the issue. It's the kitchen habits. And not because people are lazy, but because food is easy to underestimate. A spoonful of peanut butter looks small, but it nearly 200 calories. A healthy wrap can hit 800. Restaurant meals are often double what you think. Meanwhile, workouts feel intense. They feel productive. They feel like you did something big. But the real progress happens when you're not thinking about it. When no one sees the progress. When you stop eating at 80% full. When you drink water instead of juice. When you skip the extra handful. That's behavior. Now let's talk about smoothies. Smoothies aren't bad. This is where people get extreme. They hear smoothie cancels workout and suddenly think fruit is the enemy. Fruit isn't the problem. Protein powder isn't the problem. Even peanut butter isn't the problem. Portion control is the issue. If you blend 3 bananas, 2 scoops of peanut butter, full fat yogurt, honey, and juice, yeah, that's basically a milkshake. But if you measure 1 banana, 1 scoop of protein, frozen berries, spinach water, or low calorie milk, now you've got something that's going to support you. The smoothie didn't sabotage you. Lack of awareness did. That's a lifestyle lesson, not just a diet tip. Next, diet and training work together, not against each other. Some people treat workouts like punishment for eating. I'll burn this off tomorrow. The mindset creates a cycle. Eat too much, feel guilty. Overtrain, get tired. Overeat again. Others treat diet like punishment for not training. I didn't work out, so I won't eat. That also backfires. The smarter mindset is this: training builds your body, diet fuels your body. They're teammates. Training tells your body, keep muscle, get stronger. Diet tells your body, use stored energy or build new tissue. When they align, results feel smoother. When they fight each other, progress stalls. If you lift consistently but overeat, you might build muscle, but stay covered in fat. If you diet hard but don't lift, you might lose weight but look flat and soft. They shape your physique. Separate, they only do half the job. And here's the biggest thing people miss: results come from the habits, not single meals. One smoothie doesn't define your body. One workout doesn't define your body. One weekend doesn't define your body. Your identity is shaped by repetition. If 80% of your week is solid, protein intake is decent, steps are high, workouts are consistent, sleep is okay, that 20% won't destroy you. But if 80% is careless and 20% is extreme effort, you'll feel stuck. Fitness rewards boring consistency. That's not exciting. It's not what you see on social media, but it works. Wake up, eat roughly the same balanced meal, train, walk, hydrate, sleep, repeat. Over months, your body adapts. Your hunger signal improves, your strength increases, your metabolism stabilizes, your discipline grows, and something else changes too: your mindset. You stop panicking over single foods. You stop thinking one meal ruined everything. You stop trying to earn your food through suffering. You start thinking long term. That's maturity in fitness. The treadmill tweet tries to shock you into caring about diet, but the bigger lesson isn't fear, it's awareness. It's realizing that fitness is a lifestyle pattern, not a daily scoreboard. You don't need to obsess over every calorie burned. You don't need to fear smoothies. You don't need to double your You don't need to double your cardio every time you eat something sweet. You need repeatable habits. You need portion awareness. You need strength training. You need daily movement. You need balance. When those become normal, results follow quickly. And the best part, when your habits are strong, you don't feel controlled by food or workouts anymore. You feel in control of yourself. That's bigger than 400 calories. Alright, let's make this practical. Enough debating tweets. Enough arguing about 400 calories. If you actually want results, you need simple actions you can repeat. Here are real steps you can start this week. First, track your liquid calories for 2 weeks. Not forever, not obsessively, just 2 weeks. Most people track food and forget drinks. Juice, soda, cream, coffee, energy drinks, alcohol, smoothies, even healthy drinks. Liquids go down fast and don't make you as full as solid foods. That's why they sneak past your awareness. For 2 weeks, write down every calorie containing drink you have. For 2 weeks, write down every calorie containing drink you have. You don't ever need to change anything at first. Just observe. You might notice that small smoothie is 600 calories. Your coffee creamer adds 150 a day. Weekend drinks add 1,000 plus calories easily. Sports drinks aren't free. You're drinking more than you thought. Awareness alone changes behavior. When you see the numbers, you naturally adjust. Second, weigh your smoothie ingredients once. You don't have to weigh food forever, but most people have no idea what a serving actually looks like. 1 tablespoon of peanut butter is smaller than you think. Most people scoop 2 or 3. That turns 100 calories into 300 calories fast. 1 serving of oats, 1 serving of nuts, 1 serving of honey. They add up quickly they add up quickly inside a blender because you can't see portions clearly once they're all mixed. So here's the move. Weigh your ingredients one time, just once. Learn what 16 grams of peanut butter actually looks like. Learn what 1 cup of frozen fruit actually weighs. After that, you'll eyeball portions much better. It's not about restriction, it's about calibration. Third, lift for muscle, not just calorie burn. If your only goal in the gym is to burn as much as possible, you'll burn out. Cardio only thinking leads to chasing numbers on a screen. You leave feeling tired, but not necessarily changed. Instead, shift your focus to strength. Ask yourself, am I getting stronger? Am I adding reps? Am I improving form? Am I increasing weight slowly over time? Muscle is what shapes your body. Muscle is what gives you that lean, defined look. Muscle helps protect your metabolism when dieting. Burning calories during the workout is temporary. Building muscle is long term. When you lift with purpose, your workouts feel more productive. You're not just sweating, you're constructing something. Fourth, walk daily for health, not punishment. This is huge. If you treat walking like punishment for eating, you'll hate it. You'll skip it. You'll resent it. Instead, treat walking as your baseline for health. Walking improves digestion. It lowers stress. It helps with recovery. It keeps your joints moving. It raises your daily calorie burn without draining you. Aim for consistency, not extremes. 8,000 to 10,000 steps daily is powerful over months, not because it's drastic, but because it's sustainable. Here's the key. Walking shouldn't feel like suffering. Put on music, call a friend, listen to a podcast, go outside, make it enjoyable. When movement feels normal, fitness feels easier. Fifth, eat protein after workouts, not sugar bombs. After training, your body's ready to repair muscle. It needs protein. That's the priority. A lot of people finish lifting and reward themselves with higher sugar snacks, pastries, huge smoothies loaded with syrups, candy bars. They spike calories without supporting recovery properly. Instead, build a simple rule. After workouts, protein first. That could look like chicken and rice, Greek yogurt and berries, eggs and toast, protein shake with measured ingredients, lean beef and potatoes. Protein helps repair muscle fibers you just trained. It also keeps you fuller longer, which helps control total calories for the day. When you prioritize protein, you reduce the chance of overeating later. Now let's connect all of this. None of these steps are extreme. You're not cutting carbs completely. You're not doubling your cardio. You're not banning smoothies. You're not starving yourself. You're just tightening small leaks. Track liquids, measure once, lift with purpose, walk daily, prioritize protein. That's it. Say it again. Track liquids, measure once, lift with purpose, walk daily, prioritize protein. The reason most people don't see results isn't because they aren't trying. It's because their effort is scattered. Hard workouts mixed with careless eating, strict weekdays mixed with chaotic weekends. Structure beats intensity. When you apply these steps consistently, something shifts. Your awareness improves. Your portion naturally stabilizes. Your strength climbs. Your body slowly changes everything. Your confidence builds. And the best part, you stop feeling confused. You don't look at a smoothie and panic. You don't look at the treadmill numbers and feel defeated. You understand the system. Fitness becomes simple behavior repeated over time. Not punishment, not guilt, not math. You're just doing what you have to do, and it's going to make you much, much better in life. After all that talk about calories, workouts, smoothies, metabolism, and habits, if you're still struggling with how much you should eat, how little you should eat, what type of workouts you should do, or just nutrition and workout in general, go fill out the Google Doc in the description.